You know, now that I think about it, I don't even think Jay set the intro up. So we just came in raw. Wow, it's been a while since we
Oh,
did this. You know,
oh,
it's been a
Oh,
hello.
while.
Hi,
You
guys.
know, so guys, everybody that's getting tuned in, this is what happens when JS1 decides to just last minute us. So as I thumb through it, you know, one, two, three. No, no, nope. That's not our intro. Nope. Oh, this is fun. It's been forever. Oh, he better not be texting me either, talking about, hey, what are you doing? What I do
Is
best.
he?
Every Sunday, 6 p.m. We lock in. Black Nerd Podcast on the screen. JS1, the supplier, that's the team. Fame in the cut, sharp and clean. Jalen and Sloan, full power beam. Science talks and comic book heat. Movies, TV, games on repeat. Anime world and tabletop fate. Black perspective, we elevate. If you know, then you know. We bring it live, we bring it home. Four voices, one lane. Say the name, say the name. Standing on her business. Yo, standing on her business. Nerds run the world. Nerds run the world. Yeah, standing on her business. Standing on her business. Every Sunday, 6 p.m. Black Nerd Podcast. Let it begin.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are
You did
back
it.
with no sound effects. But this is a great show because JS from the Supplier is not on it yet. Oh, so let's clap it up. This is going to be one of the best
Oh,
shows of
my
the year.
God.
Yes, yes, clap it up, clap it up, clap it
That
up.
is
We are in the
terrible.
building right now. Now JS1 is on his way. As I do what I always do best, just stumble through the morning, stumble through the evening, forget the afternoon because that's normally when I wake up. Jalen, Salone, how you guys doing today?
I'm feeling great. Hopefully the Pistons gonna get a win tonight.
Uh oh.
Yeah. Don't do that. That's usually Jay that does that. Don't do that. I don't need any of that energy
You know what?
at
I'm
all.
sending you positive energy, positive
Thank
energy
you.
your way. There you go.
Thank you.
Brother Salone, how's your week?
oh, my week's been going good, man. Just handling some stuff with content creation. Starting to get back in
Nice.
the swing of making long form content and stuff like that. So it's been good. It's been good.
Nice. Nice. Long form content, like you already been the stuff you already had pre rolled,
Pre roll.
already had in the gun loaded up. You was already working on. You started writing on new stuff.
Oh yeah. This is stuff that like I've been I have several videos that I make in the process of making, but this is like stuff I've like find a way to like fit in and like release stuff like recently I just like if you after the show I could show you but I made a
Okay.
YouTube video talking about like the current state of like Marvel comics and why it isn't like as good as it could be kind of thing and stuff like that,
Ah.
like in comparison
Okay.
to like Image, Absolute, so forth and so on. That was actually one of the first long form. That's the first long form video I actually started working on when I saw
Okay.
like I want to get back into that. That was the first one I released after a long time, but that's like the first one I started writing. The first one I released was like my video talking about like blurs and the issue with xenocentrism and stuff like that. I don't know if I
Mhm.
Oh,
sent you guys that, but I sent that. It's doing good. It's
doing
doing good.
good. Good.
Yeah,
Good. And you finally back at finally found that time. All
yeah.
right. Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. This is surprisingly episode 153. How we made it this far? Nobody knows, not even us. But today's episode is fantasy and why we love it. All right. I'll get into the synopsis that Jay had written up. I did have to do some corrections for because I don't know what this guy be writing. Fantasy is a genre that is gripped has fantasy. I'm doing his Mayweather today. Look at me, y'all. Fantasy is a genre that has had a grip on pop culture for many decades and in many different forms, from the Lord of the Rings all the way to D&D. Even in modern day Marvel and DC, the genre continues to lead the masses in awe by storylines and beautiful locations. In today's episode, we'll be breaking down why fantasy is such a loved genre and what it means to us. And we also have some special guests on us. I believe I'm going to say it's Kurt Pierre from Image. correct?
Yes.
And his books are Lost Fantasy and Fireborn.
Yes.
I'm on a roll right now. And then we have ND from Rune Symbol.
Well, yeah, that's his book, more than simple. He's an independent creator.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Just not from his book, but literally that's his book. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. To get down into the breakdown, what you gonna say?
Also, I made this episode. I know that he forgot to inform you, but I typed this out.
All right, and yes, this is done. This episode is brought to you and presented by the one and only. Well, last week was by you as well too.
Yeah.
Like he be bringing it in. You bring
You
it
on a
soon.
roll.
You on a roll. Soon I'm gonna have you doing all this talking, so I ain't gotta be, like I need to fall right back to the cut again where I belong. But we have one of our guests in the green room with us right now, so we are going to do no spring cleaning today. That is JS1 job when he gets here. Right now, we are going into our favorite subject. Jalen, what's that?
The precious.
Now, and if I would have only had it ready, that would have been iconic. It's like, let's go. All right, guys, who want to go first? Who want to go first today? Who want to go first?
Ladies first. Ladies first.
Ladies
here we go.
first. Ladies first. Let me get you.
I know I'm going to win, so just put ladies first.
It's fine. It's not a
Oh.
competition, but
It's not a competition.
mine is definitely something personal for me.
Okay, let me add this to the screen, Jalen. What do we have here?
Green, but I am 5'4", 145 pounds. This one comes with pockets right here. This is the perfect set, even if you're not a Harry Potter fan. So cute, so comfortable to have many other items. The collection will be linked right here in my TikTok shop, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.
Oh, wait.
Did you guys see that girl calling this the Harry Potter logo the whole time is Hogwarts? I laughed so hard because I've actually seen the movies. If you know, you know. This is the Harry Potter collection by Glow Mode. It is
Okay, Jalen, break us down. What is that?
So Glow Mode, Harry Potter collection. It's a hoodie, pants, tank top set. It has the Hogwarts logo on the back and on the front of the tank top. It looks like it's, it has like a little compression, which we like. The ladies like it. If you like to go to the gym like me, or you like to wear something cute like this to the airport like me, this is perfect for all of my Harry Potter fans. Or, even if you're not a Harry Potter fan, this is fire. So
I like it.
yeah,
I look like a snug.
it looks very comfy.
Yeah, I'll say that too. All right. Black Dog, what's going on, boss? Thanks for tapping in today with us.
Jay.
Hey, Jay, that trailer for have y'all seen the trailer?
For what?
I have not seen the trailer.
Oh no, you guys have to see the trailer for well, I won't say it's the trailer, but he dropped a little teaser of a bootleg track episode. Jay, hit in the comments. What episode is that again? As I share this real fast. Sloan, you up?
All right. So I found this on Etsy, and this will be fitting the fantasy, the fantasy episode for today. And basically, from what I can gather, it's like an elvish / like fae mask. It's like it gives a dark fantasy vibe, and I definitely want to get more into like different cosplays and stuff like that, and just to collect masks. Like one thing, once I get a job and once I get like making dough, I will have a whole room dedicated to masks because I love masks so much. I mean, it's yeah.
Oh,
It's very scary, but very cool.
Like me and a friend of mine, we both like masks. She's making a character for our own story, and his whole thing is like he has various masks and stuff like that. Shout out to Pandemonia.
Okay, Pandemonia.
Yeah. That ticket is high. $935.
Yeah.
That's a little expensive.
A little steep.
Yeah,
you definitely got me beat. I don't even want to put mine up on screen now. And this is crazy. I'm putting JS1 up on screen. He not even here. Mine's is because I've just started watching. So y'all wasn't tuned in last night, so I'll give it a little backstory. Last night I started watching Deep Space Nine. Finally.
Okay.
I finally took my time to actually sit down and enjoy it, and so here we go. I wanted to go ahead and grab something and put something in my background while I'm watching it. Just to, to put something on the sky, and, to rotate behind me, Instead of it always just being me and all of my little preciouses back there. So I just wanted to add this collection in front of my preciouses to just throw. It comes with a bunch of different, 13 projectors, if you can see right there.
Jaden
Andromeda,
has
the
one.
Milky Way, Nubula.
Like that.
Yeah, it's definitely just a match. Just
And
to match the
DJ
vibe.
has the astronaut one.
Oh, he has.
Cool. And you
Okay,
can
that's
like
fire.
move the head, you can adjust the head to like different angles.
That's what it looks like on there. You can rotate it as it's rotating the whole time, but you could pop them out. Yeah. It's gonna be nice. All right. So without further ado, like I said, today's episode is all about fantasy. Sloan, we do have one person up in the green room. I'll let you. It's Kurt. Kurt's in the green room, so I'll let you do the intros, and then we'll go straight into our topic of the day.
All right. So our special guest for today is Kurt Pierre, if I remember the pronunciation correctly, and he is the writer of the hot new comic book Lost Fantasy, which is personally one of my favorite fantasy stories of all time. And it is right now, as I said before, is doing numbers on Image Comics, and you can go read it on Global Comics as well. So without further ado, we have Kurt Pierre, the creative genius behind Lost Fantasy.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me.
Hello, how are you?
I'm great. Excited to be here. I enjoyed just listening to this segment here. I didn't realize a mask could cost $950, right? So it's like crazy. There you go. They better throw
like a homemade one.
better throw in the girl from the picture there, right? For $950, right? It better come with someone you can cuddle up with when you're wearing it.
I better be able to communicate with the forest itself.
I don't know how close you're gonna get with that mask though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, there's a lot of distance with that mask. That mask, $935. I'm not knocking a homemade mask at all, but man, if you want to start a collection, Sloan, that's Illuminati prices. Okay, buddy.
Yeah.
At Illuminati parties, because that's the only way. $935 is just getting them put on my face. Like,
That's like 2.5 checks, maybe more.
No, it's definitely more. All right, so today, Pierre, you're joining us for a conversation in fantasy. Your two books that you have so far, I believe I'm saying it right. Actually, I feel like I should let Sloan take. Sloan, do you want to do the honors of talking about Lost Fantasy and Fireborn?
Yes, I'll definitely.
Oh, okay, all right. Because last week I feel like Jay was outshining you. Today I don't want that to happen. All right.
So for first and foremost, could you introduce us to like what Lost Fantasy is and Fireborn?
Sure. So it's kind of, I guess, now at this point, it's its own sort of universe, which I have at Image Comics, which started with Lost Fantasy, which is basically a book about there's a hidden fantasy world that exists beneath our own, sort of like Harry Potter, which you were just talking about earlier. But in this case, when monsters or creatures cross through from that world to ours, there's a group of agents called the Great Hunters, who are sort of warriors tasked with protecting the border between worlds. And so if say like a troll breaks through and starts killing people in a small town, they have to go and kill the troll and cover it up, right? So It's a book that follows a young hunter called Henry Blackheart, and he's a child of one of the sort of rulers of this world beneath ours, and it follows him on his trials and tribulations as a monster hunter as he's stumbling onto a big conspiracy. So it's sort of like Harry Potter meets Men in Black meets Final Fantasy. Yeah, so that's the first book, right? And then we just launched Fireborn, which is set in the same universe as Lost Fantasy, and it's the first spin-off.
Nice.
And Fireborn is more of a superhero flavored fantasy book. So it's sort of like How to Train Your Dragon meets Invincible. It's about a Nepo baby rich kid in New York in our world who's sort of a angry young man who comes into contact with a dragon egg. It gives him superpowers, but now everyone who wants this dragon egg is trying to kill him and take it. So it's all these fantasy guys sort of hunting him across New York. So it's kind of grounded fantasy twist on, like Spider-Man or Invincible. So both those books are ongoing right now at Image Comics.
Nice.
Okay. All right. I did a disservice while you Salon, while you're talking, I'm gonna try to pull the books up because I'm like, why don't I have none of these book covers? Like, this is super important. I want to see the cover. Like, I being late. I apologize, guys.
No,
Okay.
Sloan, you got it?
Oh yeah. Oh wait, the photos are just taking over the section.
The section.
All right, so I'll take over the section. So along with this part, we have some deep dive questions just to see how you got to create this book and basically what fantasy means to you. So for our first question, we have, what's your favorite piece of fantasy, and would you say fantasy is your favorite genre?
So there's a lot of fantasy works I like. I wouldn't say it's my favorite genre though, because part of why I wanted to make these Lost Fantasy and Fireborn was because I was trying to make fantasy more accessible and sort of find a way to make fantasy that like the fantasy I like, right? So, I would say I'm a big fan of stuff like Harry Potter, and then like Final Fantasy is probably one of my favorite fantasies, even though it's a video game. It's a big inspiration on everything.
Yeah.
And then I think, the Game of Thrones TV show, the first few seasons back when it was good, was an influence on me because it was like you could see how you can really ground fantasy and make it interesting and have real stakes to it. I love Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings movies. So I do love a lot of works of fantasy, but for me, I think it's really there has to be stakes, it has to be kind of grounded in a way, and there has to be like consequences, because I think like fantasy stories can kind of fall into the same trappings of a lot of superhero storytelling, where there's not consequences, or like where there's not death. Death doesn't matter and all this stuff. So it's kind of like it's a really interesting one. I think just like with superhero storytelling, there's good works of fantasy and stuff that isn't quite as good. So it's kind of your mileage varies on it.
So can you give me an example of like what would be a really good fantasy and what would be something that's not so great?
God, okay, so like good, I already said like Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings movies I think are great, even though it breaks some of the rules I was saying, right? Because literally they have Gandalf die in the first one, then he comes back, right? But I think those movies are great because they're grounded in character and there's really high stakes. You always are worried about those characters, and you never feel like they're like safe, right? And it's got a big world. There's all these creatures, but it's done in such a way that you never feel like disconnected from it. So there's kind of it's I would call it grounded, right? Even though there's all this stuff going on, it feels real and it feels like a living, breathing world. Bad example of fantasy.
Let's hear it.
Probably and I say this as a big Danny McBride fan, but I'd say probably that movie Your Highness was terrible. So that's an example of when fantasy can be bad. Even though that movie is more trying to be a comedy, it's so cringe.
It's just missing a mark.
Yeah, exactly. It just doesn't nail it. So like something like that.
Okay. All right, let me pull it. I want to throw this book up on screen, right? This is the cover, right? This is what I found.
Yeah, this is a Fireborn #1.
Wow.
Nice.
Look at that. Who does the artwork?
It's this artist named Patrick Mulholland, very talented guy out of Ireland. He's done a few projects, but Fireborn's really his first big debut, and people have been really responding to his work. He's got a great, high energy style that really kind of has like a Dan Mora vibe to it, I think.
Oh yeah, I gotta find the pages of that or Salon whenever we go. I want to find the pages of that. Now, when you was talking about I heard you say something about Final Fantasy, and it just straight piqued my that's the start for me. That's where everything in the world begins for me with Final Fantasy 7, and then I go all the way back to 1, and then we finally make it to 15, going on like it's my world for me. What fantasy universe would you say has the best world building?
God, there's so like I think if you look at the Final Fantasies, I think all have really good
And
world
for
building.
you don't have to like. And I'm just saying for you.
Well, I love the world building of Berserk, the manga. I think it's really cool how it always gets crazier and crazier. It's super violent. It's there's always stakes, and it's viscerally cool. You know, I think that's also something really important in comic books is that they have to be cool. You know, like there's a reason why Spawn is such a popular character. It's because he looks cool, and it's the same thing with Fireborn. There's a reason why the book has taken off so much, and you know it was Image Comics' biggest launch of April 2026, and I think a lot of that has to do with just how cool it looks. Right, it's a cool looking character.
Yeah.
But in terms of the world, you know, I do love the world of you're talking about Final Fantasy VII. I love the world of that because it's so interesting because it blends. And that game's probably one of the biggest influences on Lost Fantasy. It blends all this contemporary stuff, you know, and urban environments with a dense fantasy world where there's like chocobos and stuff, right? So it's kind of like Midgard's a big city. It's got all this stuff in it that's basically, you know, really deep environmental themes about the Mako energy and all this stuff, but like there's still, you know, forest where you kill a giant snake or you go ride chocobos. So I love fantasy that folds in some more contemporary and urban environments. So I think like 7 is a great example of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love urban fantasy too. Like I remember growing up as a kid, my favorite fantasy series was Mortal Instruments. Like even when I make fantasy stuff to this day, it's still you can still find inspirations. Like when I haven't released anything, but like once it is released, you'll see like clear like references like, oh, this kid is a Mortal Instruments fan kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean another fantasy series that was a big influence on Fireborn was the Aragon series of books. You know, like I loved those when I was a kid.
I love it.
And yeah, the movie was unfortunately kind of terrible. Although I think better than you know, better than people give it credit for, but still not ideal. But that world is very interesting, and that was kind of me initially where I got the idea a bit was from Aragon's kind of story about this kid gets a dragon egg, right, becomes a dragon rider. In my head, I'm like, well, what if you take that story and do it in a contemporary environment? And it's like instead of him riding the dragon, he's getting powers from it. And I thought that'd be very interesting because, again, sort of mashing together fantasy and superhero, which is not really something you see a lot. So Aragon definitely a big influence.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was an influence. 'Cause I remember when you gave me the early release of it, and I read that. I'm like, it's giving Aragon vibes. I'm thinking now this is just in my head kind of thing. But yeah,
definitely was a big influence. See, that one I don't mention as much because it's not. Well, maybe it's just me, but I feel like it's not as popular as some of the other ones I talk about. But I'm like, in my head, I love those books. Right, they're excellent.
And for our second question is, why do you think fantasy is such a powerful medium? Even for the things that we may not necessarily like, but just in general, like it's like a powerful medium kind of thing. So why do you think it is so powerful?
I think it's great because it can the escapist elements of it, where you can totally immerse yourself in a new world and you know, kind of just escape reality for a little bit. And then when you plug a good story into that and good characters, you've got a real recipe for success. And it gives people, you know, these environments and narratives they can really enjoy. So I think kind of at its core, the ability to experience a new world is kind of what makes fantasy so interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's great.
for our final question of this segment, since like you kind of, because for the third question it was going to be like what are your icks and like the genre, but you kind of described it already. It's like when it basically doesn't have any stakes kind of thing. So I'll just move on to the fourth question, and it's like would there be any changes in the fantasy that is presented and used in the modern day that you would like to see change? Like for example, like use a variety or more variety of different cultures, or maybe shift the power system, like make magic less versatile and more like, let's say, like a double-edged system kind of thing. But that, like as an example, that's
I mean, like I think to answer that is like I don't like having too much magic in the fantasy because makes there no stakes if like every character can use magic. And so one of the things in Lost Fantasy is that the magic is kind of few and far between. Like it exists in the world, but it's not a thing that everyone can use. And so that's one of the rules of kind of the universes. Now that I have other writers working on some of the stories and on backups and other projects, I'm always saying to them, like, you can't just put so much magic in it because you'd lose all the stakes and you lose what makes it special. Like when there's magic in Lost Fantasy, it has to feel special. It has to feel kind of dangerous. And that that's kind of got from the way they use dragons in Game of Thrones, right? Like when the dragons show up, it's like, holy shit. Like it really raises the stakes and makes it interesting. And it's so much better than when it's just magic and dragons everywhere, right? Like I want this to feel special and feed the storytelling.
Yeah, I did notice that in your story because like I remember there was the fight between a protagonist, not just even in the fights that you have in general. Like I see like the only time they like used magic, it was usually in the form of like summoning weapons, or they had like familiars that helped aid them, but it wasn't like your typical magical story like how we do in Marvel and DC and stuff like that. And I really did kind of appreciate that because certain stuff, like it gets to a point where I feel like sometimes it get lost in the sauce. So then later on, it's like, okay, but couldn't they have done that kind of thing and all that?
Oh yeah, like exactly. If Doctor Strange can do all this stuff, then it kind of ruins every story because like why doesn't Doctor Strange just snap his fingers and fix everything? Kind of like
exactly.
Well, you've made the character too powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it just doesn't it takes the fun out of it. It takes the danger, the suspense out of it.
Yeah. And I feel like that's why when it comes to Doctor Strange, like the writers have to kind of like retroactively do stuff like, okay, he has self-imposed nerfs, or the magics have certain conditions that need to be met, and it's like, oh, okay, and it's like it feels decent at first, but it's like it feels like it could, like if only they did that from the beginning, kind of thing. And I feel like, and that's what I really like about your story so much, because it's not just willy-nilly, just they wave their hand and they can erase reality. It's simple stuff like, okay, they have psychometry. Okay, after battling you a little bit, he throws down his swords and he can call down a lightning bolt. And it's like, I feel like that's what makes your story so special, and how it does fantasy along with the whole urban fantasy to aesthetic. But you also like limit the magic to a degree, and I really do appreciate that kind of thing. And you did a perfect job of basically putting stakes in the show, like in the comic book. Like I remember in your series when our protagonist almost died, he had a dragon familiar or friend, and they had to sacrifice their life to keep him alive, and they're not, and they aren't back. Meanwhile, with like in a mainstream of things, it would have been like, oh yeah, he died, but it's like, okay, well, 2 issues later or 3 issues later, he kind of came back in a roundabout way, kind of thing. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah, well, thank you, man. I appreciate it. That's a lot of the stuff that we're trying to do, right? Just make there be stakes to stuff in the book, and make the character deaths matter, because if everyone's just doing magic all the time, you lose so much of the drama and what makes the storytelling interesting, right? It's like kind of like a big problem with superhero comics, where like every time they kill a character, you're like, well, it doesn't really matter or affect you because in 6 months
they're coming back.
They're coming back in a different way, in some way.
And what I find annoying is like it'll be the character's that people actually do want to see more of, that they'll kill and stay dead kind of thing. That's one thing I find crazy. Like they killed off Valkyrie and she's dead, and like I haven't heard the same impact with like Jane Foster's Valkyrie. Like the idea is kind of cool, but it's like where's the OG kind of thing? You know what I mean?
Listen, I have the same problem in my my wrestling career or my fantasy wrestling career. You know, WWE kills off a lot of storylines, and then I don't get what I need out of it. But I know we got to move forward. But at least Jay isn't here. I feel like we got enough time to do like 2 to 3 more questions, and I got something I want to pass around to you guys as a whole. And I kind of want to get to know more about is Henry Blackheart, correct?
Yeah.
And the Great Hunters. Yeah, so I just kind of want to base these questions somewhere in my brain around when you creating your stories, what do you feel like is like, and I know you have a team of writers as well too, so what's like the most important thing for you to get those stories done when it comes to the lore of everything first, or you have your characters, or do you know the arc that you're about to like? What's the most important thing when it comes to writing either Lost Fantasy or Fireborn?
Normally it starts with like a concept or like a really core idea of like, so for Lost Fantasy, it was like, what if its idea of doing a like police procedural, but it was like involving fantasy monsters and creatures, right? With Fireborn, it's what if it's a superhero book, but the kid gets his powers from a dragon egg, right? Instead of Peter Parker getting bit or Miles Morales getting bit by the spider, it's a dragon. So that I have the core concept, and then from there I start to kind of think about like who's the main character and like what the story really is. Okay. I think character's kind of the most important, because once you know your character, you can build a story around them. And then I normally go and figure out what the first issue is, and like what would be, you know, what kind of story do I want to tell here. And then I'd start in my head expanding and mapping out further and further. So it's kind of like snowballs is how I would say it.
Okay. You get the system moving a little bit. Now, do most of your characters just like come to you like regular normal day, you just moving about? You get struck with an idea, do you kind of write that idea out, or do you just like have focus sections where you know, all right, I got to finish this story, and then somehow you just start ending up putting in characters?
No, normally the way I work is I'm kind of in the back of my brain thinking about the story all the time, whatever I'm working on at the moment, and even almost trying to figure it out, like problem solving, and I'll think it over and over until I find, oh, this would be the best way to do it. Or the story should go here, then I'll sit down and write it. And then other times it's like, yeah, I just have to sit down and start typing away. But really it is kind of it's a mix of always thinking about the stories in the back of my head and kind of trying to figure them out. And then, you know, there's times where you sit down to write, and even if you don't 100% know where the scene is going, you can start to just type you know, character dialogue or the elements that you do have, and then build it from there. So I just think it's always having something in motion is the key.
Okay. I know that feeling. At night I can't sleep. I toss and turn. So I want to start this with you and just kind of piggyback around. And this is sticking in the fantasy realm. Do you guys feel like anime is doing fantasy better than Western media right now?
No.
Go ahead.
You see, I feel like for a little bit, they did. They kind of did experiment with the stuff, and they actually did kind of do a good job for a time. But I feel like nowadays it's become way more cookie cutter than I feel like it should be, especially considering like within the realm of even the aesthetic of fantasy they're working in, because like they like to use Eurocentric fantasy a lot. And without a shadow of a doubt, some really great things have come from that, such as Berserk. And I'm trying to think of another one off the top of my head, but I keep drawing a blank. But without a shadow of a doubt, they've made some pretty cool stuff. But it's like there is other stuff they could be doing. Like, where's the animes about Norse mythology kind of thing. And I don't mean, okay, filtered, and even like Record of Ragnarok kind of doesn't do it justice. Like, do you know how cool it would be to have like an actual anime or manga based off of like the stories from Norse mythology? You see like a Thor that looks akin to like God of War Thor from like God of War Thor, and he's fighting Jormungandr, and you actually see like a impact frame of him hitting him so hard he travels back in time, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Stuff like that's like, so there's stuff like Norse mythology, there's Georgian mythology, so many things few in between that's like kind of falls through the cracks when it comes to Japan that like a bunch of other people do recognize, where it's like if they have so much potential with the money they have in anime and manga, it's disappointing to see them say, okay, what did Bobby, Billy, and Lucy do? Okay, so find a way to just remix that up a bit, kind of thing. Like case in point, they always use mana. Like they wear that concept into the ground. I'm like, bro, why would you mix it up a bit, kind of thing? You know what I mean? You know, but I feel like outside of few stuff, like some of the times where they isekai'd and they're a monster, which they're rarely, those isekais is really good, but it's like I feel like they could be doing a lot better than they are doing right now. That's my personal opinion.
Okay. Jalen?
Honestly, so I am more into like live action fantasy. So I think that I don't know, I wouldn't be able to tell you, because like I like like Sloan brought up Norse mythology, like I like Vikings, and like that show was like really good to me, and I love Game of Thrones, and I love, like all of these shows that do fantasy in a great way. Like if we're talking about like high stakes, Vikings was one of those shows that like really had that, like had all of the things, and it didn't have too much magic. It had a little sprinkle of magic. It was great storytelling. It's just I don't know. If anime is doing all of the things that these live action shows are doing, then they might be onto something, but I don't think they are, because I feel like I would know about it.
Even their live action animes are doing the exact same thing that the animes are doing. Mr. Pierre, you?
Are we saying your name right?
Kurt Pierce? It's
Okay,
Pierce.
Pierce.
It's okay.
Pierce.
Yeah, it's okay.
Right, Pierre.
90% of the people that have recorded interviews with me have got it wrong, so I'm not going to blame you. It's a hard thing to look up. So is anime doing it better than everything else? I don't know. I don't watch that much anime, so I can't say. But I do kind of agree with what Sloan was saying, where it's interesting how much Eurocentric stuff there is, where one thing we try and do in Lost Fantasy is the 5 great houses. They're kind of all around the world, and so we can pull fantasy creatures and mythology from all the different world cultures. So it sort of gives us a bigger playground than just like, it's everything's in England and it's all the same flavor. So I think that's something I found interesting and tried to do, is where all the cultures of the world have these myths and creatures that are part of their culture. So why wouldn't I include that in the story I'm telling? So I think that's interesting, and something that in Lost Fantasy I was trying to play with a bit, this idea of like pulling from all these different cultures and showcasing the mythologies and having these different characters and cultures in the book.
I really do appreciate you doing that, because like I like a lot of authors who don't do that, and it's like I feel like that isn't talked about enough in terms of like the variety that we could be getting in terms of entertainment, but so many people are stuck in their ways. But again, you decide to like expand your universe instead of just having all the houses up in like one little spot. You actually wanted to like like you said, just you wanted to use everyone's stuff, so you had the houses around different places, and I really do appreciate that. Like it kind of reminded me of like the situation with Harry Potter. I made a video about this a while ago, but it was basically about how it's like, okay, they're going to basically start from the beginning again with Harry Potter with what's the word? What's the company that did it? HBO series kind of thing. And basically, what I helped bring to the attention was like, okay, there are like 5 other houses out there besides the one that we saw in the ones that we saw in the movie. Why aren't we talking about that kind of thing? And while we're just basically sitting on waiting, okay, when are they going to talk about that? You actually kind of did something similar, but unlike Warner Brothers and all them, you're actually talking about it. And I just can't thank you enough for doing that. And it's just like, it's just really good. It's just really refreshing to see that it's coming from a fantasy creator.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. That was definitely one of our goals. And that was kind of the thing I was thinking too, is like why in Harry Potter you only really see Hogwarts, and they kind of like, they hint at, I think the one they show the most is an American one, right? Probably in the 4th book or whatever, where they're having that competition, and you see what is it, Cedric Diggory or whatever,
the Wizard Cup.
Yeah, the Wizard. But also like Harry Potter is very cringe at some points, and kind of racist when you got like your only Asian character's name is Cho Chang. It's like holy shit, like crazy. That's
Points were made.
That's crazy. So, yeah, I mean, like it's a low bar to clear, but I appreciate it.
Anything to say, Jayla?
No, I mean that was a valid point. I'm not gonna lie. As much as I love Harry Potter, and just I think it's because I've loved the books from like such a young age, and kind of grew up with it, and like I could put myself in, like, I'm like, oh, if you sort yourself into a house, and you like like you can see yourself in like this environment, and I think that's what I love about it. But like now that I'm older, obviously there are some things where I'm like, they could have did that. They could have did that. They still can do this. Like, yeah, there's so many things that they can do with it, but it's just something that's near and dear to my heart.
All right, you brought up my last question perfectly that I wanted to ask, and I'll go counterclockwise, and I'll go with Pierre's first, right? I said it right?
Yeah.
Yep, got it right. All right. What fantasy world looks amazing until you actually think about living there?
I mean, I think like everyone, I wouldn't want to live in a world where a dragon could just come down and barbecue me just for fun. Maybe like Harry Potter, probably, right? I mean, it's like going to be tough. You think it'd be fun being in this world, but like you're saying, like, is it going to be fun going to school, and every year there's some new thing trying to kill the kids and all this stuff? It'd be the most dangerous school to go to. I guess it's dangerous to go to school in America right now, so maybe it's not as bad for those little kids. So I don't know, but I don't think it would be that fun. Find a giant snake in the bathroom or any of that stuff.
No.
So that one seems like dangerous. Seems like fun at first, but it could be, real surprise.
Yeah, I don't want to get bullied by anybody that's got a wand. I'm good.
Exactly. Yeah.
Jalen, or you want to pass it to Sloan?
For me, I think it would be like the 7 Kingdoms, right? Definitely don't want to get barbecued by a dragon. Like most of the places are like terrible places to live. Like, I don't want to live in the north. Definitely, no. It's just I don't know. Maybe I'll live in Dorne or something. I don't know. Well, like
Dorne.
Yeah, but all of those places seem like they all have their cons. Don't want to live in King's Landing. There's way too much shit popping off in King's Landing.
Yeah. I'm not.
Yeah.
Both those worlds y'all named, no way in the world. Sloan?
The world of Vampire Hunter D. While it is technically a science fantasy, I feel like it's fantasy enough, but like it sounds cool. The scenery is beautiful. You got all kinds of advanced tech, but then you have to realize, at night you have to cover your house in crosses and drench it in holy water, else you're gonna get jumped by a bunch of hungry Nosferatu. And now if that doesn't make it worse, then you have to deal with the mutants who be trying to eat people too. Oh, also, it's a post-apocalyptic world as well, so who's to say you wouldn't be said mutant that gets hunted kind of thing. So it's like, beautiful place. Wouldn't want to live there, though.
Yeah, listen, there's a lot of places that I would love to go and live. But when you look back at them and all of the cons of actually being there, I think I'm humbled on Earth. I think this is a good place for me. No powers, no superheroes crashing down over my head. As much as this is gonna sound crazy, as much as I grew up loving Gotham, who would love Gotham? As much as I grew up loving Gotham City, because I was just like, ew, bro, I don't want to be living with the Boy Scout flying around Metropolis all day. Gotham is it for me. Teen
The rent
Titans.
is cheap.
I don't know.
Huh?
The
I
rent
don't
is
know.
The rent is dirt cheap.
Would I
Dragon
want
Ball.
to Gotham?
That's a good one.
Nah. Now, only if Goku was currently alive and presently on the planet. Other than that, we're going to die real soon. The planet's going to get exploded. Some villain is out there, you know.
Even
Nah.
if Goku's alive, we still risk on dying. You
This
just be
is
walking,
true.
oh, hey, and then you're in the afterlife. It's like, what happened? Oh, some idiot said go all out to an ancient demon cosmic entity, and he flat blasted the human race. It's like,
It can't be that
what?
bad.
Okay,
just
what
went-
about the world of like Pokemon, right? I don't even like squirrels, birds, scared of them.
I don't
right?
trust humans with Pokemon.
Can you imagine coming across the Pokemon like in your everyday life? How scary that shit would be?
I think I be this. I be, you know, those people that reported Mike Vick. That's how I be. I be having a whole pat. I be like, listen, y'all can't keep doing this to these Pokemon. Y'all got them in the kitchen. Y'all got them cleaning. Y'all got them pulling carts. Oh no, I can't be a part of this world. Listen, it just be me and what is it? Peta. That's their names?
Peter.
Or Peter? Peter.
And now Peter
I'd
would be worse. Would be worse than they already are. Have you seen their ads on Twitter?
They are going hard.
I have
bro.
not seen their ads on Twitter, and I think I'm good.
Yeah, you're
They've
good.
always had extreme
It's
ads.
an extreme thing.
All right, Mr. Vegan. You like one
Uh,
step closer to being PETA.
I know. But I would never. I can't go
You
full
gonna go
blown
around-
Malcolm X. I
Y'all
can't
gonna
do
go,
it.
you gonna go around flower bombing people who wear fur coats?
It's probably. All right, I got to figure out what's going on with my camera. I was hoping Jay be in here by now so I could do some camera resetting. I do not have the games loaded up, and I do not have the news loaded up or the tinfoil hat segment. I am trying. I am biding time for our resident supplier to get in here. So Lisi isn't here yet.
Yeah, because I definitely missed this is the main topic.
Yeah, and I'm not doing that. Oh, why I did skip that. So Jalen, if you don't mind, we are going to go into the riddle.
Okay.
All right, let's do it.
Riddle me this, Batman.
Oh, you're gonna have to run that back. What happened? Now we can't hear you.
What, for real?
There you go. You came in.
Oh, okay. I'm like, not this again. Okay. I have an infinite number of stories, but I am not a building. I have no branches, yet I am made of many pages. What am I?
I have an infinite number of stories, but I am not a building. I have no branches, yet I am made of many pages. And if I say book,
If you say book, you would be wrong.
I know I would be wrong. Library?
No, because there's no
They
libraries have branches,
Dang it.
and it's not a building.
Oh, yeah, it's not a building. I skipped that.
Could you repeat the riddle again?
Yes, even though it is right
can
there
you do it in a
on.
British accent?
I'll try. No, I cannot do that. That's something I got to do in the privacy of my own home. I have an infinite number of stories, but I am not a building. I have no branches, yet I am made of many pages. What am I? No, it's not Super Mario Bros. World. Oh, wait, that wasn't to that. Oh, it was. It is not Super Mario Bros. World. And where are you?
A bloodline, like a family.
No, but that was a good guess.
A vampire life over there. I see you. I feel close, but I feel lost. Branches. I'm gonna just say tree.
No.
Okay, is it an object?
It is.
Why did I say tree?
It is like it. It's a thing. Object is like. It's not like an item, like a cup or like something like that.
I was hoping this one was gonna be easier. Dang it.
Why? Now, why would you think that?
I don't know. I thought you was gonna give us a win today. I see you really don't like us. I see.
I love you guys, but hello.
Infinite number of stories.
Hey, Kurt, you got anything for us? Can you help us out here? Can you throw us a bone?
Is it Instagram?
It's not Instagram, but that was a really good guess too.
Yeah.
You're getting a little warmer.
Who's getting warmer?
Kurt got a little warmer.
What, social media and internet?
What'd you say?
How warm is warm? Social media, the internet. How warm is warm here?
It is the internet.
It's the internet.
Snapchat?
Oh!
It is the answer. Is the internet.
I was gonna say library next.
Yeah, that's why I'm the GOAT. I know it all along. I was just trying to stall, till Jay get back here, That's all that was. Just me stalling it out. No. All right, Sloan. Before, I think, did somebody say it in the comics? Do the main topic. He wants us to do the main topic.
We just did.
We did the main topic.
Did the main topic already, buddy. You weren't here. You weren't here. Now, did we play the intro? Unfortunately, our producer wasn't here to play the main intro, so we kind of just skipped through that. But we do have the comic of the day, right, Sloan? Oh, let me get this off the screen. So I'm going to get that loaded up with the quickness, get into the comic of the day, and then I actually do want to. I got two more questions. If you're still rocking out with us, Kurt, until our guy gets here, I did have two more questions about the Great Hunters that I asked that I never even got to. So, but we'll get straight into the comic of the day.
Shout out to Mastermind.
He's in the building.
Yo, I'm coming on strong like I'm bursting through the page. Got that comic vibe, heroes rise, I'm ready to engage. Thoughts are heavy, but my mind's a canvas painted bold. With the rhythm in my soul, watch the story unfold. Fighting battles with my words like I'm spinning.
All right, I'll throw it up. And yes, Mastermind. Yes, I do want to note that he said, great show today. And I can definitely tell you that's because JS1, the supplier, is not here. That's why it's going so great. And here we go. Comic of the day.
So for today's comic book, we have a series I've actually read a while ago when I was younger called Mask of the Orisha. And basically, this is a story that takes place in a fantasy world where, like, the Orisha once oversaw the world, protected it, so forth and so on. But for some reason, they disappeared. So their descendants basically are now overseeing the world and protecting it from the monsters that are spawned from the corruption of the world kind of thing. And it's an interesting story because it involves different conspiracies and stuff as the such, and even what's the name? It's teased in the first story that it's actually gonna get really grim in the future. But if I was to give you a good comparison of what it's like, I'd say not Percy Jackson. It gives the vibes of Naruto if it was involving Yoruba theology. So like we have like this all because like we have the people who have the ability to manipulate a form of energy called ash, but it manifests in different unique ways that align with the different orishas. Like for example, energy is Shango, chaos is Eshu, so forth and so on. So our protagonist, I forgot his name. He does capoeira. He does like that martial art the African martial art that spawned capoeira. That's the martial art he does, and his affinity is energy / it's energy, and he has like a ability, not energy specifically, but like he manipulates a specific form of energy through flames, and like basically does like fire moves with his capoeira moves. It's really interesting, and he has a twin brother. Forgot his name as well, but like he's like the more Sasuke version of like the Sasuke of the story. Like he digs with tactics, he uses weapons, and with his affinity of chaos, he can manipulate space and time in the form of creating different portals and stuff like that. But like, it's not as simple as that. Like, there are different people with their own unique affinities due to being descendants of the Orisha themselves, and like again, like it's one of those stories where things don't like creep, and you have to wait for things to get good. In the first hardcover, things go from cool to insane real quick, and I can't recommend this story enough. It is an awesome story. I need to pick up the rest of the volumes for this.
Nice.
Cool.
And how you pronounce the name of it again?
Mask of the Orisha.
Orisha. All right.
Yeah.
I used to know Aisha.
I bet you did.
How many
All right.
Kims? I said, how many Kims?
Oh, about 3 Kims. About 3 Kims. All right. I did want to dive right back into until Jay said he's about 15 minutes out. So if you don't mind, if you guys don't mind, so he can really run things over. I did kind of, you was talking about the great hunters, and man, I grew up loving hunters. It was always, for me, it was, when it comes to fantasy, the thieves, the hunters, the people that's close to human beings that's making their own weapons and going out there that don't have powers. So what kind of hunters are these, as I pull it up on screen in Lost Fantasy?
I mean, they're kind of, the great hunters they're like 5 families who rule the world. Like sort of like Hogwarts, there's 5 schools around the globe, and they're each patrol a certain area, and these hunters all have sort of like their own special weapons and their own magical creatures, their familiars who help them hunt. But as you see there, our main character has a giant sword, which is always cool. And then all the hunters sort of have their different weapons and different specialties, but the giant sword's one of the favorite ones, and each of the regions, they have different creatures, right? So in Europe, there's a Tyrion Wolfsbane's a werewolf hunter who rules it, and then there's other, regional creatures inspired by the mythology of these cultures.
Okay,
that's really cool.
Now, Jayla.
Oh, where can we find these?
These books, so they're published by Image Comics. The first 2 volumes are in stores right now, so you can get them from Amazon or your local comic shop. And then the issues come out monthly as well in single issues. So if you are like a Wednesday warrior and you go in and read comics every week, there's still new issues of Lost Fantasy coming out.
Okay.
Nice. And you said local comics. This is East and West Coast?
Yeah, so if you're going online to buy the comics, you could go, you can buy from Golden Apple Comics. If you're on the West Coast, they have signed copies of Lost Fantasy. And if you're more East Coast, you go to mycomicshop.com, or you go Midtown Comics. They have a lot of, options for you.
Okay. All right. I'm a big fan of Monsters Hunter, the video game. For a little bit, I was hooked to it. You familiar with it?
Yeah, I've heard of it. I've never played it, but I've heard of it. Capcom.
Yes, yeah. You know exactly who the developer is. That's a good thing. Um, when it comes to Monster Hunters, because it's not that many, like it comes back in comics, anime, games, and TVs. Um, what do you think the lore is for us that like I said, it's one of the things that I enjoy from time to time, but it's not something that I see always get done well. What was it like for this concept when you got it? Did you I'm trying to get this question out the right way. I apologize. But what made you want to do a Monster Hunter type series?
I thought it was just interesting to tell a story of people hunting monsters, but make the stakes higher and make there be real casualties and sort of almost, the way that approach it the way you approach a homicide in a police procedural, where it's something that happens, but in a good police procedural, it's something that has weight. It's something that you deal with. So presented as something, a real world event, as opposed to just, oh, this is something that's always happening. There's no real stakes. So I wanted to tell a grounded version of that, really, is the answer to your question. So that was the approach I decided to take.
Oh, that's real gory. That took me off guard real fast. This is my favorite kind of character, guys. If you ever wanted to know what I would look like inside of a world, this is how dangerous I look. Question for you. What's your weapon of choice? If you were a great hunter, what would be your weapon of choice?
Oh, I mean, giant sword for sure. Maybe 2 giant swords. Like that character you were just showing, those 2 swords combine into one sword. So, like, I think I'd go with that. He's got the best setup there, right? So I'd probably take that. 2's better than 1.
Yeah, definitely. 2's always definitely better than 1. Listen, I gotta I think y'all might see me order this on screen today, cause I need to find out more about what's going on here. Let me double check. I sent some okay. Salone, I'm gonna let you pick up really quick so I can take a look at this and get this loaded up for you.
Okay. So Jay, what would be your weapon as a monster hunter?
As a monster hunter, ooh.
Yeah, in this world.
Ooh. Is a crossbow an option? Can I use a crossbow?
Yeah, sure.
I would like to use a crossbow. Yeah.
For me personally, I would really like the chain weaponry from like I see like in God of War and stuff like that, even like Tengen from Demon Slayer. So I probably want to do something like that. Like if I had a magical ability, it will basically be like manipulating my own chains, and I'd like use like different weapons on the ends of them, kind of things. So I'd be moving like Kratos and just like sweeping through crowds and like grappling them and stuff like that.
Well, then that makes my crossbow look like shit.
I mean, you could be a magic crossbow.
I mean, that's what I was thinking, but still.
When you said crossbow, I was like, "Wow, buddy."
Don't do that. I watched too much like vampire
support.
and werewolf shit.
I mean, it could be what's his name? It could be a Van Helsing crossbow, and that's a good crossbow.
That's exactly where my mind went. But
I'm giving you flack because I'm like, I just got more questions with that crossbow. Like, you agile, you moving quick, you close range with it. Is it just Jalen with a crossbow? And I'm kind of nervous. I'm like, oh no.
Guys, I have to just interject. I have to dip here real quick. I want to thank you guys for having me.
Thank you for being
so
here.
Fun. I know you guys have another guest, so I'll let you guys do that. But thanks everyone for having me. It's a great show here. I appreciate y'all.
No, thank you, Kirk.
Hey, thank you. You have a good day.
Okay, later, guys.
Later. All right, and so our other guest, which is still running a little bit behind, which is Indy Mungaga, right? And his series is Rune
Symbol.
Okay, all right. Hopefully he's here. All right, Sloan, what was this that I pulled up? This was more to Lost Fantasy?
Yeah, there's just different things that he was bringing up, like the whole Like if you look there, it talks about like just shows the magic that can the main character can do and stuff like that. The familiars and all. That's the dragon familiars I mentioned earlier.
Okay.
Like that. He has a friend, and he also like a polar bear familiar, and he could do the same kind of weapon summon stuff.
Oh, nice.
And that's the council that he was talking about.
Okay. Fire. You know what this is giving me? Conan. Have you read the Conan comic series?
Nah, I haven't read it actually.
It is just like, let me get that off the screen. Conan looks visually like that.
I was gonna say the art style.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I don't even know what my Conan books is, man. I kind of my local comic book shop stopped carrying them.
Dang.
Do you know that feeling when they stop sending your favorite comic books to a comic book shop and you got to go online or order or wait?
Now I'll do you one better. You go to a shop looking for something specifically, and then they don't have it. Like I remember when I was visiting my cousin in New York, I went to Midtown Comic Books, and I'm like, oh, maybe I can finally find some Milestone stuff. I'm like, do you have Milestone? They're like,
how do they not have Milestone?
And I'm like,
it's so popular.
I mean, the DC be stubbing it, you know that, especially with Jim Lee. That excuse of, oh well, we don't really have any sponsors to make it. It's like, who's sponsoring that little series, Spirit World kind of thing? It's like, I ain't go. I'm just saying, there was no sponsor for City Boy. There was no sponsor for Spirit World. There was no sponsor for like this one newer superhero team was a bunch of different kind of people.
Your sound breaking up.
And I'm just like,
there you go.
I'm noticing a pattern.
They that's how they always be. They get you hooked a little bit, and the next thing you know, or they never even get it in. While everybody else around the world is talking about it. Mastermind had popped in. He said his pick of the day is based off of one of his free comic book pulls, Minotaur. What is that? That's Salon, you know which one he's talking about?
No, I never heard of that actually.
Oh, you gotta give us some more information on that, or drop it in a chat for us to see a cover, Mastermind. Who was the artist? Spurrier?
Let me look it up.
Spurrier.
I like the
French.
I like the French coming out. Yeah. Spurrier.
Spurrier.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, let me hop on
over.
I really wish that we would have had our comics of the day, or our guy JS Wanna Supply would have kept his word and been here. I don't want to shut this down on you guys. I really want to wait for this guy to get here, but we have no way to pull anything else up. There's no links. There's nothing. We're just out here.
We're just naked. Naked and afraid.
Flapping in the wind.
Fine. Our games of today, though, was
Jay said 3 minutes out.
I don't believe him. Let me tell y'all a story about my Deep Space Nine last night, right?
Yes, please do.
Matter of fact, I can do y'all one better. You can show the sneak peek if you know what?
Yes.
Thank you, Black Dog. Thank you. A link would have been better, Black Dog. But it's okay. I'll go find it. I know where to get it. I know where to get it. I think I do. There we go, Black Dog. If y'all have not seen this yet, I'm telling y'all in for a treat right now. Let me click back first. Let me load this up on the screen because I don't want to make a mistake and do how I did. I apologize, Jalen, how I did yours.
It's okay.
Started in the middle of nothing.
That's it happens. It's Instagram.
Yep, all the time. All right, here we go. Up, sound on.
I want to thank all the fans of Bootleg Track. This is something that I've built all by myself from scratch. I've had a lot of fun with this project. And a lot of you guys been asking me what's the status of episode 2, part 7, since it's been a few months since the last installment was released, which was episode 2, part 6. And what better way to end a Friday with a little sneak peek of what lies ahead in episode 2, part 7. This is still in the beta testing. I'm still working with it, but I hope you enjoy.
graphics. Look at those graphics. Yeah, looking forward to that. Black Belt, you did your thing with that.
I'm excited.
Yeah, like I wish I had the sound effects. I ain't got the sound effects to keep being all cool here. But
Okay, can we get see? Y'all are on it. Love that.
Yeah. So here we go, guys. I'm going to this is a little bit of what I had to deal with. All right.
Has it been 3 minutes?
He said he just parked.
He said he just
It's been more than 3 minutes. I know it.
This should play. Let me know if y'all can hear it when I hit play. Hold on, let's see if it got sound to it. Every Saturday from this is going on the Patreon right now.
Yeah,
Every Saturday from 11 to 12 o'clock. We like the project, though. Like I ain't gonna lie to you. We like affordable housing and space.
Star City needs green air.
This is Donna.
This is JS1
discovering that on Vinted,
Remember this
her
guy.
closet can make
4 Bajorans were killed trying to protect their shops.
Why hasn't anybody cleaned this up?
We've got all available personnel assigned to repairing primary systems, sir. The Cardassians took every component of value. We're virtually defenseless.
Wait, y'all guys
I
wasn't joking?
discussed this with Major Kira, the attaché assigned here by the Bajoran government, and we decided.
Dad, there is nothing to sleep on in there except for a cushion on the floor. I suppose you want the office.
Well, I thought I'd say hello first, and then take the office. But we can do it in any order you'd like.
Commander.
I know, this is the guy.
My name is Quark. I used to run the local gambling establishment.
Oh, look who it is. Look who it is.
Come. In the meantime, however, I will do the job I've been ordered to do to the best of my ability, sir.
All right, somebody, you have to fill me in the comments. You have to fill me in. You have to fill me. I wasn't expecting this in action. You have to fill me in.
I didn't think I was going to like him.
I didn't. Yeah. Cisco is that guy. I like it. Okay, bartender. That's saying hot.
Do you use this routine a lot with women?
No, never before.
I might have to use that line.
I'm Justin Sylvester.
And I'm Blakely Thornton.
Join us for Yestergaze, where we break down pop culture historical moments
that
that
just-
excited the queers of yesteryear.
Dawson's Creek Oscar nominee Michelle Williams doing
You see what you got me watching, Jay?
Out of here.
Yeah,
Introducing redesigned decks with an expanded assortment of the
And it
latest
follows
styles
up
and the best gear
with
to
this.
improve the game.
Like, if you got a favorite episode, drop your favorite episode in the comments below.
Fortune's fates are with you today, man.
I wonder if Zyla gonna be here. Zyla, you be up in this club? I'm waiting. She should be in the corner somewhere doing her dance about right now.
This is where
He's a nut.
heroes are made.
He's
Right
heroes are made.
here.
Oh
In the
boy.
wilderness.
This wilderness is my home.
Ooh, I see exactly what this is in the games he want to play, and the way he play the games. It's gonna rub me the wrong way. I'm pretty sure Cisco's been rubbed wrong.
What do you know about the Denorius belt?
Pause. Hurry up! Look. Clones. Even if you tell me they're not clones in the comments, clones. I better hope they don't get no xenomorphs on that. I'll catch you guys next Saturday, only right here on our Patreon. There you go. That was my experience last night. It was a roller coaster ride. Some sound effects. Yes.
How do you feel about it?
What? Oh my God. Section 8 in deep space is bananas, bro. It's bananas. Like, oh, yo, it is crazy. You stay, yo, oh my God. You seen it? Like, I was like, wait, is dirt and dust debris still here? They called this man to this place? People moving off the ship. They don't even want to be there. At first, I was like, all right, it can't be the projects. But I'm like, wait, if you think about it, they got different sections like towers, like Marcy Projects and Queensbridge. I'm like, my mind, it's like an hour long of me going through a whole experience watching that. It's going to be up on our Patreon by the end of the night, man. I thought them guys was playing when they said that they put this black man and they put him in the hood, I see they was not lying. Yeah, no problem with that sneak peek. And Jay, bro, what you been up to, bro? First you had me watching Yestergays last night, and now you couldn't even be here to start the show.
Yestergays? Is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay.
I've never heard of it, so I'm like, you educate me. I mean,
I'm never going back to Pluto, ever.
Stop your complaining. I sent you the password this morning when you started talking all the trash in the world. I was at Precious's graduation birthday dinner.
This guy comes back with loaded photos ready to go.
Yeah.
Right.
So let people know. So shout out to
birthday, Precious.
It's not a birthday. She graduated.
Congratulations.
That's right. Congratulations. Then happy birthday for last week or last 2 weeks ago.
Right. That was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
She was on vacation. So, like, you know what I mean? But shout out to her. So I was doing that. But I also have a few others. So yesterday, oh, damn, I don't have it loaded. Shucks-a-rooney. I was going to show y'all pictures from the art gallery. I went to Walter's art museum. Now they call it art museum. It was art gallery. I don't know why they switched it to museum. Super weird. So because I'm so used to calling it the art gallery. So yesterday went to the museum and they have an exhibit where they have the costumes and the jewelry from the Black Panther. So I'm just yeah, man, super fire. This is actually on display. You can take close looks at everything. You know what I mean? The Queen's helmet and different outfits, man. So much cool stuff there. So much. And these pictures don't do any of this any justice. It is a gorgeous, beautiful thing. So if you are in the Baltimore area, and then that's some white babies showing you some craziness. But if you are in the Baltimore, Maryland area, I highly recommend y'all go to the Walters Museum.
Where's the vibranium?
Inside of all of the jewelry. The jewelry's it's supposed to contain vibranium and all the other stuff. So you got to go check it out for yourself, man.
Believe it when I steal it.
I'll believe it when I steal it. Yeah, I mean, the security wasn't super tight, so you might be able to get away with it. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Super nice.
Luckily,
and helpful.
I have a Catman outfit. Maybe I wasn't supposed to tell y'all about that.
I think that was not our business. We should not have known that.
Like a latex one for the bedroom, or like a cloth one to go out.
Moving on, Jay. Welcome back.
Man, all right, let's. Then, yeah, that was pretty interesting. There, we're gonna just act like we didn't hear this stuff before. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about
Game sharks are outlaws, but they aren't just dodging killer whale police. They're also impersonating dolphins and giving a whale a glow up. You and your mates are running a shifty sea shop where you're secretly trying to lure, kill, and cook your prey dressed as dolphins, all while trying to make a few sea bucks on the side. But you have to be careful. Orca police are out to catch you, and you need to cover up your crimes, all while keeping your customers happy. Reinvest your profits with upgrades and better equipment to attract even bigger and juicier customers. So, is Sharkmark shared or shelved? Let me know in the comments.
I would play Sharkmark.
I already knew
you. It's funny because the orcas being the police, it's like they already look like they're in uniform.
I mean, really, truly, it should be the orcas because they're the actual menaces of the ocean.
They are.
Yeah. I think they get a bad reputation.
They melanated. Of course, they get a bad reputation.
All right, Fame.
I'll play next year. I'm not ready to play games like that, but it does look interesting. I just got Police Simulator. I'm not playing it this year. I'll play it next year.
I just got Police Simulator.
This time you seen a game come out at $5 and it wasn't friend slot. Hell, even Lethal Company gonna cost you a 2-piece and a biscuit, a whole dinner. Well, we're getting a game May 20th, and again, it's only gonna cost $5. What is it? Thick as Thieves. Now, this is a single player or co-op game that's all about stealth and stealing. And the guys who are bringing you this game know all about stealth and stealing, well, because there's some of the minds behind the Thief series. What Thick as Thieves is pretty simple. Your job is to master the art of thievery. Now, the game is set to launch for PC on May 20th, and as far as console goes, that news is a little unknown. But if you are on PC and you're looking for something fun to play by yourself or with your friends, and you are a fan of Thief, I think Thick as Thieves will be right up your alley. I know I'm looking forward to picking it up. And again, it's only $5. This is how much it costs to get a McDonald's latte in my neighborhood.
Okay.
He lying unless he only gets small lattes.
I'm about to say I'm not going to his neighborhood with no lattes. That's crazy. All right, so I never let finance be a determining factor of whether or not. Well, it does. It does. If the game doesn't look a certain level of quality, then I'm kind of like not going to spend the money. But I, it was interesting that he brought that into the discussion. However, I think the game is something cool. I want to play it. What about y'all?
Yes,
I want to play it. But once I get into streaming, I'll definitely be playing that.
Give me another reason to put on my Catman outfit. Yeah.
I thought that was for the bedroom.
He really wants to pull it out. Never mind. Let me not say that.
See? Told you.
The desperation to come out of the closet, bro. Like, I mean, like, just,
what does that?
I don't think it's a closeted thing. I just think that it's something that should be kept in the privacy of your own home.
Yeah, ladies love the leather.
Better than Baldur's Gate 3. How do I know that? I don't. I've never played a Baldur's Gate game in my life. I just lied to you. I apologize. However, this game is very fun, and you can try it for yourself on Steam. That part is true. What is it? Terranoth, Heroes of Descent. Now, this is a fantasy tactical RPG that blends tabletop and turn-based tactics. It can be played solo or co-op with up to 4 players online. The game has over 20 massive dungeons for you to explore, all with really cool and unique environments, fully voiced storylines. And my favorite part, the tactical combat is intricate and challenging, but it doesn't have a steep learning curve, so literally just about anybody can pick this game up and get the hang of it. So, if you're into dungeon crawlers, into tactical turn-based RPGs, you really should check out this demo. And don't worry for my console folks, this game is coming to console as well.
All right. Where y'all at with it?
It's turn-based. I ain't playing it.
He started off telling me.
Are you impatient?
Yeah, I can't play a game where I need to. Yes, I'm impatient. If I can't actively press a button and they fight, I ain't playing it.
You need to be able to tap X. It's not working. No, I'm not playing this game because he started off saying that he started off with a lie, and then he said he was a liar. So I don't believe him no more. That game's whack.
Oh, whoa.
Okay.
Okay.
That was a heavy moment right there. Button. All right, Jalen, what about you?
I might play it. I would try it.
Oh, you trust liars. We see.
No, I said I would try it to see for myself.
Girls will be girls.
Yo, you bugging right now, man. What's wrong with you, man? You really tripping. Oh my God.
He's been on one. He's been on one.
It was just the call.
Oh, believe me, I was watching the whole time.
Yeah, you heard him talking shit. Yeah, I'm telling.
All types of little. I was like, all right, we're going. I like it's interesting. We're gonna have this conversation when I get. All right.
Drake just came out with 3 albums the other day for all the light skinned guys out here,
Yeah.
And I
knows it's a video game, and you're playing as an NPC left in an abandoned game world. FGS brings you a new game every day, and this is Yerba Buena, a self-aware adventure puzzler set in San Francisco in the 1970s. You play as Barb, a red-haired lass whose city and friends are in danger from a mysterious glitch. And the only way to save them is with the help of a powerful device called the Oscillator. This baby can copy and paste elements of the game world to manipulate your surroundings, and give one object the physical properties of another. Give a table the bounce of a trampoline, evaporate solid walls into thin air, or send entire buildings soaring across the city as you solve brain-bending platforming puzzles. Think Life is Strange meets Portal with a very meta twist. Yerba Buena is coming to Xbox, PS5 and Steam on May 26th. Add it to your wishlist now and follow FGS for a new game every day.
All right, what do y'all think about this one?
This is kind of trippy. I would eat an edible and play this.
I definitely would not eat an edible and play this. No.
The only puzzle game, I barely play puzzle games. Each time I tried them, it didn't end up well. The only puzzle game I played a lot was Portal 2 with my sister. That's it. I mean, I played some other stuff, but I dropped them.
Yeah, I'll play this. I like puzzle games. I don't feel like I got the capacity to play, but for some reason, as I was watching it, I kept saying, yo, a developer took their time and made this game, and this looks really trippy. That means they did a lot of crazy stuff, and just watching those apartment buildings expand like that, I don't think I've ever seen that inside of a game. And I played a lot of games like since the 90s, so I think that's pretty cool. That alone makes me want to play and just see what's going on here.
Jay, would you play it? No.
Nope.
Too trippy.
It's all right. Now you got it. All right. Let's move on to the news. All right. My question is, why didn't y'all, when y'all talked about the main topic, why didn't y'all just play the main topic music?
Completely forgot.
Somebody forgot.
Yeah.
This is
It kind of, so it was like we were asking questions to our guests, and then it kind of like went into the main topic, and it just kind of flowed that way.
Got you. Well, for all those who enjoy the main topic intro as much as I do.
Turn it up, it's locking. Got the crew, got the hot takes dropping. Black Nerf fam in the chat, we talking. Every word got the whole room rocking. Yeah. This is the main topic. Lean in, we just pop it. Laugh out, can't stop it. Live on the Black Nerd Podcast. This is the main topic. Say it once, can't drop it. Right now, we the hottest. Live on the Black Nerd Podcast.
Are showing us how to beat AI. If you listen to tech bros and corporate PR, AI is inevitable. But gamers who've trained to work with strangers to defeat monsters, bosses, and runaway AI prove a future of slop is far from a done deal. The gaming community has pulled together before to make shit happen. In 2012, gamers raised hell around the Stop Online Piracy Act, which would have made streaming illegal, and stopped the bill in Congress despite video game publishers initially supporting it. In Europe, gamers have driven multiple countries to pass laws against predatory loot boxes. In March, Nvidia released a preview of DLSS 5, an AI graphics filter that transformed characters into yassified versions of their original designs, scrubbing away the artistic choices made by human designers. Gamers hated it and mocked it mercilessly online, forcing the company to issue a public response. Gamers are starting to draw hard boundaries with gaming companies and AI. The new Save Collective is a group of gamers helping gamers. Amidst misinformation and hot takes, they're rallying the community to get on the same page, hosting monthly AMAs to figure out what can be done with people on the front lines doing it, from data center workers and climate activists to creatives. They're running these forums every month. The first one's this Thursday. If you're invested, impacted, or even just curious, join them to get in on the conversation about AI and the future of gaming. Because if you're a gamer, regardless of your experience or knowledge level, you might actually be the hero we all need right now.
What do y'all think? What do y'all think?
What if I want to be the villain?
Anybody who thinks that AI is going to actually take over the gaming industry, I feel like they don't have good long form thinking. Not long form, long term thinking. Because if you really think about it, right? Name me a game that is a fully functional AI game that people would actually play. They underestimate this. Like they think, oh, we need to rally this, that, the other. It's like y'all would just not buy it. You will see the game and it's not good, and you'll be like, I ain't buying that.
Correct.
And that's it, kind of thing. Because the indie games are already on the rise. A lot of indie stuff across the board is on the rise, kind of thing. So a lot of people who are just worried about, oh, AI this, AI that. It's like, by nature, you literally won't let it happen. This whole putting together riots, activists. It's like, dude, you wouldn't want an AI movie because AI movies, the technology is nowhere near advanced for you to actually like it. You can tell when something is soulless, be it games, be it art, so forth and so on, kind of thing. So it's like, it feels like they're just trying to fearmonger just to get points on social media, so they could be like, oh, they're for the people. I'm like, that's not gonna happen.
Get their views.
I've looked at some of this stuff. It's like I've looked at some of this stuff. It's like, from a quality standpoint, I just wouldn't get it. And the AI is nowhere near advanced enough to get something that can actually compete with actual people, kind of thing. You can get an AI to make a game that people actually want, kind of thing, because human beings can't even do it right now. There's like, oh, I want a game like this. How long are we still waiting for an infamous game? We still waiting for an infamous game. We still waiting for a prototype game. So many a whole genre of games is dead, and the companies are saying, oh, people are saying they'll pay all kinds of money for that. But let's just do what Timmy is doing over there. Yeah, we'll do what they're doing instead of giving the people what they actually want, kind of thing. So I feel like they're just trying to get attention, in my opinion.
That's a fact. All right, big shout out to brother Chormius. I'm sorry, bro. I always mess up his name. He said, "What up, JS and Fame and crew?" He said, "Got some Baldur's Gate on deck tonight." Yes, sir. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna probably start around 8:30. So once this show is done, I'm gonna go grab some food because your boy is starving, and then we're gonna turn up. So just wanted to let you know. All right, and we all got a couple little things left. No, I didn't. I went there, came back. All right, I wouldn't have been here for the show if I had.
That's fair. That's fair.
Look a little intimidating. However, before you is a website that shows all objects in Earth's orbit in real time. Everything marked in green are satellites, meaning operational devices that provide internet, GPS, and communication. Currently, there are already over 11,000 active satellites. You can zoom in on the map, find out the model, and see the trajectory of each object in real time, meaning you can see where it is flying right now. Objects marked in yellow are parts of rockets that separated after launch and remained in orbit. And everything marked in red is space debris, fragments of broken satellites, or pieces after collisions that continue to orbit Earth. Unknown objects are shown in blue. They have been detected by radars, but it has not yet been possible to classify them precisely. In total, the Leolapse system tracks over 25,000 objects in low Earth orbit. Leolapse is a company that uses ground-based radars to track satellites and space debris to prevent collisions in orbit. And the map itself is completely free. Follow for more insights.
That's crazy. All right, how y'all feel about that?
Mapping space
Earth
junk.
is hood. It's hood. It's so hood. It's so hood on this planet that you got to get through dirt just to get here. It's crazy.
Yeah, mapping space junk is important. Yes, but go ahead, continue, sir.
There's a song about this that this lady made, and basically it goes is, "Oh, Earth is ghetto. I wanna leave." Have you heard of that song?
No.
You should look it up. It's very befitting.
The Earth is very ghetto.
All right. I didn't think y'all would be that depressed over this. I thought it would be like some dope technology.
We went junk in space.
Moving is something you really should be concerned about.
A scientist designed an AI prison that runs a 20-year sentence in 10 minutes. Everyone called it science fiction. This year, the FDA approved the first piece of tech that makes it possible. The concept is called Cognify. You step into a pod. AI scans your brain, then writes a custom set of fake memories built around your crime. But here's the twist. You don't just relive 20 years. You live them through your victim's eyes. The fear, the pain, the aftermath. All synthetic, all felt as real. 10 minutes later, you walk out believing you served the full sentence. No prison costs, no overcrowded cells, rehabilitation allegedly complete. Sounds clean on paper until you ask the real question. If a government can write memories into your brain, who decides what those memories are? The FDA already greenlit AI-guided brain implants that detect and modulate memory. The line between fiction and policy is thinner than you think. Follow for more.
Yep. All right now. All right. Yeah, excited, aren't we? Excited? Yeah.
I'll give you my thoughts on this situation. It's gonna kind of veer into another topic too, right? Which a content creator already pointed this out. It's when it gets to one of those hundreds. Like, what's the side effects of such mental tampering, right? I feel like it'll be giving the prison system more access to the people in a way that they shouldn't, kind of thing. Like, I'll give you an example, right? So I remember there's this guy saying that they're trying to pass a bill of like, okay, any convicted pedophile would basically be shot by a firing squad or whatever. On surface, this sounds good. He's like, but when you take into consideration false imprisonment and planted stuff and all that. It's like, do we really want to do that? Do we really, kind of thing? Because the judicial system is already faulty, right? How many people have been falsely accused of something? Like, there's literally a whole story where this lady she had some bone to pick for her husband, and literally convinced her daughters that he assaulted them when they were kids. He didn't. He did not. But he served time, if I remember correctly, kind of thing. So according to this, if this was implemented, he would have suffered neurological torture for something he didn't do, kind of thing. How many cases of when someone's accused of assault and they go to jail and they didn't, and turns out later, oh yeah, they didn't do it. How much? It's like, okay, well, he spent 10 minutes. Okay, but to him it was years, and he experienced the pain that didn't even happen, kind of thing. Because it's not like, okay, we're taking their memories. It's not like they'll scan the brain and find out they're innocent. No, they're generating stuff and then making them suffer through it. Kind of thing.
That's the crazy part. Like, you didn't try to come up with a way to find out what's really going on, but you found another way, a new and unique way to torture people. And I was
why not use that type of technology to try to figure out what's actually in the, like, if you're gonna scan somebody's brain. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Less ways to make people suffer, more ways to solve this stuff. That's what they should be doing. I feel like with the fact that they're not doing it says all we need to know.
Because they don't care about the truth.
Facts. The last thing of tonight is something truly scary but super beneficial. I watched this video. I went to the website. I entered in my information, and ooh la la, this shit is crazy. So I'm gonna play this, and I highly seriously suggest each and every one of you do what this man said.
To find all your old passwords for your old social medias. As long as you have the email address, this might save you. And by the way, it's all free. You don't have to sign up for anything. You don't have to pay for anything. You're welcome. However, you also have to be careful because the same method is used to find your old stuff can find your current stuff, and anyone can do that. Now let me show you. So what you want to do is type this in right here. So I'm gonna copy this. You paste it here, hit enter. And since I don't want to expose somebody by accident, I'm gonna use John Smith, his search. It shows you all the username that's linked with that email address, profile pictures you can look through, what's it linked to. As you can see, all the accounts, insane. And it legit give you all the passwords. You see how scary this is? It's all free, what the heck? And it also summarized the whole thing for you. Another great way to use this tool, if you look into yourself and you find anything, you can just change your passwords. This is basically finding all the stuff that's associated with that email that's been in a breach. And oftentimes people don't change their password. That's why they get compromised.
So
you might as well go ahead and put that in the chat.
All right, it's email osint.org.
I'm on here right now.
Email osint.org. All you do is put your email address in and it'll pull up. Man, oh man, one of my email addresses, I was like, holy smokes. Like, my Twitter was compromised, my Instagram was compromised, but it's not an account that I actively use. It was like something I used to use back in the day. And I was like, oh good, I don't use that password anymore, but I did for many, many, many years. So like, and then when I put my 2 current email addresses, thank God nothing came up. So shout out to them for that. But I highly suggest, especially if you're the type of person that only uses one email address for everything, yeah, just make sure you don't have any breaches and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And it covered everything. I mean, it was pulling up stuff about my what was that? What's that work website that everybody uses for like trying to get jobs and stuff like
LinkedIn.
that? Yeah, it had like my LinkedIn. It had like a bunch of different. It was crazy.
My Fitness Pal on here.
Hell yeah, man. It's crazy. So when I saw it and I tried it, I was like, yo, I gotta bring this onto the show. So hey man, please, you know what I'm saying? Email osint.org. So yeah.
They got my passwords right there. That's nuts.
Okay, luckily mine says no breaches. All right, that's good.
Mine was a breach from last year, and I had already changed my password after that.
I got 2,700 breaches.
Goodness.
2,700 breaches.
No, I'm joking. I only got 59.
I have one.
I remember,
I got
I remember
59
what's his name?
breaches.
I don't know if y'all were aware of this, but like Amazon had a breach like a while ago. So like I remember I put on what's his name, like added a passcode, 2-step authentication, and I even changed my password too, kind of thing. So like usually when I see that happening, it's like, oh, there's been a breach. I'm like, all right, scorch earth it, let's start again, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way you got to do and stay ahead of that type of stuff. Like make sure you change your passwords at least every 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Try not to use anything like, oh, this is my girlfriend's birthday or my daughter's birthday, or like you don't want to do stuff like that. You want to establish passwords that have nothing to do with your everyday life, because that's how they catch you. Oh, I'm gonna put my address, my address as a child on there. Be like, yo, they know you're old. Man, I remember one of my accounts, it had addresses going back 20 some years. Like it had mad address. It had addresses I had forgotten about. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that address. Like, so yeah, definitely, man. Definitely gotta take this stuff seriously, man, because people will hack you. All right. With that being said, is there anything that I missed that we need to cover today?
No.
Sounds like a party. But before we end the party, y'all know it's time for them shout outs, man. Y'all got to get a shout out. So let's start with the queen, because ladies first. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead, Jalen.
Okay. Shout out to our special guest today. Shout out to everyone who is in the comments. Shout out to Fame for getting the riddle correct. It's about time. One of you guys got a riddle correct. And shout out to you guys. I love you guys. And hopefully the Pistons win tonight.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Because I need them to do that. It's game 7. They gotta lock in.
Somebody has got to take down New York. I swear to God, I do not want to.
Yeah, I'm trying to go to a parade, a championship parade in Detroit this summer. So
I don't want to deal with a summer of him. Like, no, not a summer of him. I don't need no New York.
New York.
See, already, man. All right. So anyway, Sloan, go ahead, man. Give your shout outs, man.
Shout out to Kurt Pierre for coming on to the show. Really glad we got to interview him and show how he thought that the creative process behind the story. Really, really enjoyed it. And shout out for y'all for letting me create another episode, even though it was really last minute. And just shout out to Black Nerd Podcast for existing and all the people who came by and like said hi and supported.
Super fat. Yo, you know what I mean? Go ahead, Fame. It's your go.
Shout out to Sweet Baby Jesus. Shout out to all of our friends and family that's been tapping in, keeping up with us. Shout out to us as a whole, bro. What are we? Episode 159, I believe. 153.
No, 153.
153. We'll be at 9 in no time. But it's just amazing how far we've been chugging along and pushing this thing, and literally seem like we improving every week. Sloan, was great to watch you spearhead the show today. Last week was dope as well too, but I'm glad that you really got to talk and bring everything in. I really enjoy watching you guys step up and just give it your all, even when it is last minute. I love doing things last minute. I like when I turn red because I'm embarrassed about trying to get something right. Shout out to Black Dog for keeping things pushing. It's really hard for us creatives to start something and try to see it all the way through. So I want to give you your kudos, brother. I like what you're doing. I like the direction you're going. If you ever need any help with try to figure out how to get this technology stuff going, hit up me or JS1. We ain't always free, but we always got time to respond back soon as we can. Yeah. Shout out to you, Jay. Thank you for having me watch Pluto TV last night. I appreciate that. I really wanted to see those commercials.
So sick of him. Yo, shout out to y'all, man, for executing while I was looking after another one of our family. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Precious graduating and getting her master's degree is just a testament to how much of a nerd she really is. And I always like to celebrate our people when we, you know what I'm saying, take things to another level and we learn and we commit to type. So like big shout out to her. Shout out to you, Fame, for you know, ruggedly doing the show today, acting like you ain't never done this before, where he literally does live streams 2 times a week Please don't listen to this bull crap.
I just come on and just start talking crap. I ain't got like pull up cue cards and intros and
you know where they at. Just learn how to push the button. That's all you gotta do. Push the button. You know where the button is. Shout out to Sloan for putting the rundown. I did jump in the chat this morning. Was like, yo, I gotta go to an event. You know what I mean? Can we do this? And Sloan jumped in and put it together. So shout out to him and yawning on air. Good job, buddy. So and freezing. He was yawning and frozen. Look at him. Damn. Shout out to Jenny with the fresh hair. Like, all right, look at you out here with the she got her Beyonce's going. All right.
Shucky, quack, quack, or duck,
you know what I'm saying? I see you.
You know, I gotta let my hair hang down when I go to the Dominican Republic.
She goes to the Dominican Republic. Shout out to you for that. So look, we check y'all next week, man. We appreciate everybody for tapping in. Please continue to tap in and share it. So take the link, put it on your Facebook page, take the link, put it on your Twitter, or take the link. Look, just send it to a neighbor, to a friend. Tell people Black Nerd Podcast is out here crickety cracking, crickety-dacking, and we'll be back next week. We love y'all. Peace.
This that Black Nerd Podcast. Turn it up, let it ride, don't pass. Every Sunday, 6 p.m. we blast. Talking games, talking screens, talking tech upgrades fast. It's that Black Nerd Podcast. All your worlds in the crew broadcast. Got the vibes and the jokes all fast. Lock in, tap in, tap back. Fame in the mix when the mics come on. Jalen, keep it real, keep the coach strong. Sloan Tempest, bring the stone to the show. JS1.